Alright, morning. August 12th here, Tuesday. Almost half the week. So, yeah, I'm gonna get there hella early. I'll be there by like 7:15-ish. Early enough to get a parking spot. Anyway, hope y'all are doing well. A little better than yesterday. The week started off pretty good at work, so I'm doing okay. It didn't start off good, but it's, work started off alright. Okay, I guess. So, yesterday's video was extremely short, and I never made a part 2, which, sorry about that. My mother called me, so, and I wasn't feeling too good. I got sick yesterday morning again. I got better through the day, but I got sick. And so I haven't really thought about how to do this video. There we go. I was kind of keeping my eye on the light, so it would turn red. So, I got sick yesterday morning. I threw up. And I threw up blood again. More than usual, but not a whole mouthful like 28 years later, so I'm just like, about that. But yeah, I never meant to get sick in all the last few times that I've thrown up before work, but this time I really thought I could beat it, right? And I was on my way out yesterday, like I said, and I grabbed my stuff, and, so it just kind of, came back to haunt me, I guess. I didn't end up late, thankfully, but yeah, it was a mess, so it was the first time I genuinely didn't even try to without, because I was just ready to get out the door. I was like, don't be throwing up already, but sadly it happened, but didn't get sick this morning. It is really convenient that it's only on Mondays, but I do think anxiety is partial to blame, but this time it genuinely wasn't. It genuinely was not. So I don't know. But anyway, I haven't been very good at keeping up on my YouTube videos lately. I uploaded my first bass cover, like I said. Check that out. It's really good, honestly. I had a really good time playing it. I'm surprised that I didn't get copyrighted, but I think it's because I didn't actually use the song from YouTube itself. I didn't download it and steal the song. I just I wasn't trying to steal the song at all, really. The song's there for anyone that should be freely used or, credited, Yeah, but I had a really fun time. That bass is so badass, honestly. That bass is so badass. It sounds so nice, it plays well. It's not all that comfortable, honestly. The design of the, that thicker guitar shape, it gets annoying. That's why I don't like playing acoustic, because, especially when you sit down, you have to reach over and really fucking get at it, and it's just like, I applaud people who play acoustic, but I don't like playing acoustic, honestly. I never did. I never got the hang of it. And acoustic's more for chords and, complicated. And personally, I think it's more for more complicated shit, too. Like, bad. Very bad. But yeah, but I know even on electric, I don't like doing chords either. So, imagine having to constantly get it perfect and switch every song. That's got to be a lot for a musician. So I applaud musicians to do it. But that's primarily why I like bass as well. Bass, you're only one note at a time. Unless you're trying to be Flea, but I'm not Flea, so. One note, but. Who honked? And why? So, I'm hoping to do more covers, I guess. More bass covers, There's so much content in this world involving guitars and stuff in general that it's just how do you even get creative at this point? You know what I mean? Like there's so many songs and artists that are so well loved and creative, that it's just how do you even... And nobody can do it now. Let's be real. 2020 is a generation where people like everything. There's no specific genre for the 2020s. You know what I mean? Like the 60s were a certain type of music. The 70s was the beginning of heavy metal, or metal music, and just not heavy metal, but the 80s was more the start of the heavy metal, but metal, metal rock, and definitely varied on the decade, right? The 90s was grunge. It slightly began in the 80s, but the 90s was where grunge took off. The 80s is where heavy metal really took off. The 70s is where metal in general, rock, different subgenres were formed, just the 2000s was a techno type of music, I guess. The 2000s was very tech savvy. The 2010s, honestly, I don't know what the fuck it was. It's more that even I don't know. It's hard. And now that I think about it, it's just kind of all over the place. But how do you beat all that? You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is. I wish I could create my own songs, do the know-how, but I don't know how to do that. Especially with GarageBand and all that shit. I don't know how to do that shit with GarageBand and whatnot. Thanks, bud. But anyway, work yesterday. Work's been chill lately. Friday was sort of nice. Jeannie and Kyle, they can't stand each other now. They started fighting on Friday. Not literally, but, arguing with each other. And They both want to change out of the group now, and I told Kyle, don't do it. Don't do it. Let her leave. Let her want to leave. If anything, vouch for her to get out, because it's a nice, simple area that Kyle and I are in, that we do. So it's just like, it's let fucking Jeannie go. I'd rather work. I told Kyle I'd rather work, even though I've told him don't do certain things. Yesterday, he told me, yeah, when I get angry, I get upset with everybody, and I'm like, yeah, just don't punish me for the shit Jeannie does, because he got upset with Jeannie, which led to him getting upset with everybody in the group. And I told him, dude, if you're mad at someone, don't take it out on other people, because that's not cool. He was like, oh yeah, no, I don't mean to. He's like, it just happens like that, and I'm like, well, I don't take my, actually, that's not true. I have taken my irritation out on other people who really have no relation to what's going on whatsoever, so I have no room to talk. But, like, I'm pretty good at, making sure they know, hey, it's not you, it's just shit in general, but stayed on this lane. Wonder how Spirit Halloween's doing. Oh shit! Should have went on the other lane, but that's fine. So, yeah, yesterday we got through it well. David, the older guy that works with us, he says that he's going to, damn, Tesla. That Tesla took the fuck off. Speaking of which, sorry, buddy. I too gotta get over. Yeah, that Tesla really took the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. Teslas are very fast, man. So, it's starting to get cold in here. I'm in a rush, Tesla, but I'm not in that much of a rush. So, anyway, I think that's it. I don't know. I made of it, well, yeah, it was a good day yesterday. There really isn't much to talk about other than my back pain, still dealing with that. Tried to play a bit of my bass. I just wasn't really in for it yesterday, so I didn't. But, like I said, I had a lot of fun making that bass cover. Really hoping to do it again sometime. But, yeah, so, anyway. And then pretty soon I'll be doing that with the Rickenbacker. I'll be playing the hell out of that when I get that. I do still plan on getting a new 4003, though. I do still plan on getting a new 4003. After I get the 4001, I just need to settle down after that for a while, for real. And then the Gibson Thunderbirds are actually not that bad either. I might look into those, but like I said, I gotta settle down. Because it wasn't really the greatest time to get the Rickenbacker, but I have it with me now. I have it coming to me now, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. But yeah, that'll be an exciting video. The 4001. So I'll be looking forward to that. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna end it here. I really don't know what else to say. So here's for day 2 to come and go. And here's to this week going by fast, because I want it to go by fast. Fast and simple. Simple job. So. But anyway, yeah. Bye for now. Sorry, not much else to talk about.